This is GATE 2014 set 3 electrical question number 26. Integration of the complex function f of z equal to z square by z square minus 1 in the counterclockwise direction around z minus 1 mod equal to 1 is being asked. 4 options are given. For NPTEL reference, you can refer to module 1 lecture 3 Cauchy's integral theorem of the NPTEL course Mathematics part 2 by Professor Tanuja Srivastava, Department of Mathematics, IIT Roorkee. For useful data, you need to know the Cauchy's integral theorem, which states that if fz is an analytic function within closed curve C, then close integration over this path C, and f of z dz is 0, and if there exists z naught, which is a singular point within C, then f of z naught is 1 by 2 pi I closed loop integration over the region C fz by z minus z naught dz. This Cauchy's integral formula, and nth derivative of z naught is n factorial divided by 2 pi I closed loop integration over C f of z by z minus z naught whole to the power n plus 1 dz. Now the residues theorem states that if there exists finite number of singular points within closed contour C defining the analytic region for f of z, that is, if within that region there exists some finite number of singular points for the analytic function fz, then closed loop integration over C f of z dz is 2 pi I into sum of the residues of f of z within C. Now if f of z has simple pole z equal to a, so this is the point within C, then residue of f of a is given by limit z tends to a minus a into f of z, and if the pole is of order n, then 1 by n minus 1 factorial dz n minus 1 by dz n minus 1, that is the n minus 1 as the derivative with respect to z of z minus a to the power n f of z. Now coming to the solution, it is given that the function is f of z equal to z square divided by z square minus 1. Now the poles are at z equal to plus minus 1, because we just equate it to 0 and then can find the values of the poles. Now the region is z minus 1 equal to 1. This is the region. So what does it signify? It is x minus 1 plus iota y, because z is x plus iy, which is a complex number. So x plus iy means x minus 1. We are separating the real and imaginary parts and then trying to find the modulus. So we are getting x minus 1 whole square plus y square equal to 1, squaring both sides and finding magnitude. So this indicates that it is a circle centered at 1, 0. So like this is 1, 0, and the radius is 1. So it is like this with radius 1. However, the poles are at plus minus 1, so one pole is at minus 1, one pole is at plus 1. So here, so since this pole is not within this contour, so we will not consider this pole. However, we will consider this one. So this pole is a singular point, so we need to find the residue of f of 1, which we will like to find. So equal to limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 multiplied by this function, which is z square by z square minus 1, which is nothing but z square by z plus 1, and limit z tends to 1, which is nothing but half. So now this closed loop integration f of z dz will give us, by Cauchy's integral formula, 2 pi I times the sum of all the residues. So this residue is half, so half, it is pi I. So correct answer will be pi I. Option C is the correct answer. Thank you.